Hi, I'm Julie Carlisle from ThermoKitchen, and today we are making my amazing Thermomix lemon curd. And the reason I call it an amazing lemon curd is if you have ever made lemon curd the old-fashioned way on the stove with the double boiler, you will think it's amazing too. So let's get started. Now, the first thing we have to do is remove the rind from the lemon. Now you can do that with a knife and pop it in there to blitz up, or you can do that with a microplaner. So I've used a microplaner. So I've got that here. Now we're going to tap on the home button because we are using manual mode, and we've got our three circles up. Now we are going to pop this in here. So we're going over to scales. We need to get 10 grams of rind. So I'm just going to pop this in. Now we don't want to go over 10 grams of rind because we don't want to make it too tart or lemony. I mean, obviously 1 gram is not going to make any difference, but I mean, don't get carried away. Okay, we have 10 grams. Awesome. And now we're adding our sugar. So sugar is 190 grams. So I'm going to tear off and we'll pop our sugar in. Yep, 190. Awesome. Now I am going to blitz this up for 5 seconds, speed 9, and then we'll have a nice powder. So we will go back to the home button where our 3 buttons were, and 5 seconds on the timer, and tap on our blade speed and turn to speed 9. Tap the screen to stop the noise. And there we go. So let's smush that up a bit more so that, oh, that smells good. So some nice lemon sugar. So it'll be nice and easy to use. Now I just want to speak to you first. Look at this big lemon. This is fabulous. This is actually from my dad's farm. So it's an organic lemon and it's massive. Now I wanted to talk to you about what the skin is, because it's really important that we don't get the pith when we're taking off the skin. So the rind that we want that has all the oils in it is this rind here, this bright yellow. And the pith that I'm saying in the recipe that we don't want is this white layer, because that's really bitter. So we want to make sure that we're just getting the rind and not the pith when we're doing that. Okay, next step. We are going to scrape down the bowl. Very good. And then we're adding the rest of our ingredients. So we want to add our lemon juice. So we want 120 grams. So I'm just going back over to our scales and popping in 120 grams. And again, we don't want to go over, because I really don't know if these lemons are extra bitter or extra sweet. So I'm not going to push the friendship by going over. Okay, and then we have 6 eggs. So 1, 2. Okay, and then we're adding our cubed butter. So this has just been cubed into 1 centimetre cubes, and it should be 135 grams of butter going in. Fabulous. We're popping our lid back on, and then we're going to cook for 5 minutes. So we're Xing out of this and tapping on our home button to get our 3 circles up, and we're putting 5 minutes on the timer, and we want to get it to 80 degrees. So 80 degrees is our thickening mode. 75 degrees we're going to start with, and then speed 3. Okay. So yes, the reason I got to 75 degrees is I want to make sure that we're all at the same temperature. Like if my butter was colder than your butter, we want to make sure that we're all at 75 degrees when we push it up to the 80 degrees, which is our thicken mode. Because if, say, at the end of this section, you don't make it up to 75 degrees, then you know you're going to need to increase your time at 75 degrees to get up to 75 degrees, because it's really important that you do spend 15 minutes at 80 degrees to get the thickening of the custard effect that you get from eggs. So yes, so that's one of the troubleshooting things that sometimes happens. People have, you know, lemons that have been in the fridge and they've got ice cold butter and all their ingredients are so cold that when they do their cooking, they're not leaving it on for long enough to get a custard, to get it nice and thick. So this is why they added this step, to get it up to 75 degrees first, and then we get it up to 80 degrees for 15 minutes. So 80 degrees is our thicken mode. Okay, so we will let that do its thing, and I'll see you in a few moments. Okay, so we're at 75 degrees. If you're unsure how to check, just before I tapped off, you could see it said 75 degrees in both places, the heating and what we're aiming to get to. Now we're going to carefully lift the lid off and we're going to wipe out all the condensation. You see that we had a lot of condensation coming off there. We don't want to get that back in the bowl. Okay. Now we're going to remove the MC, and there's no butter cubes left, and put our lid back on, and we're going to pop it on for 15 minutes at 80 degrees and speed 3. Okay, and as I said, 80 degrees is our thicken mode. Now, realistically, that's actually quite thick. Now it's already started to form a custard, but this 80 degrees is going to make sure that the eggs have actually formed a custard. Now, the lemon curd becomes thick for 2 reasons. The first reason is, like I said, the eggs make a custard. And secondly, once we put it in the fridge, it will thicken up further because the butter actually solidifies, and that then makes the curd scoopable. So when you're actually pouring the lemon curd into the jars, it actually hasn't reached its full thickness yet. So if you're concerned at all, there's no need to be. It still has to thicken in the fridge further. Okay, and there we go. Just lift the lid off. Oh, yum. And there's our lemon curd. I'll give you a look. And I do want to tell you at least two important things yet, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so you might have noticed that the lemon curd, did you see that? The lemon curd is really only, it's less than half the TM bowl. So if you did want to double this recipe, you can safely double it. You would just want to increase that time where it is on for 5 minutes to get to 75 degrees up to probably about 7 or 8 minutes, just to ensure that it does get to 75 degrees. And then you would want to extend your cook time from 15 minutes to 20 minutes, just to ensure that it is thick. And you can see as I'm pouring this out that it is a nice custard consistency at the moment. And then once it has cooled, the butter in it will also give it a thicker consistency. I'm lucky I've got some more of these little pots. These are actually the yogurt pots that are in the mix shop. They're good for a lot of things. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention to you is that a lot of people ask me Actually, there's two things I need to, another two things. A lot of people ask me if this can be used for lemon curd tart, and I just want to say no, it is not the same recipe as what you get in the cafes for lemon curd tart, where they cut you a slice of lemon curd tart. That is a completely different recipe, and the lemon curd is actually baked in the tart, so don't be trying to do that. Pour this into a massive tart shell and then cut it, it won't work. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, what is this used for? So you can put these into little tartlet shells, like for a little high tea or something like that, and serve those with cream as well. Or you could put them on scones with some cream there, or you could use a scoop of that in your yogurt for your breakfast with granola. So yogurt, lemon curd and granola is absolutely delicious. What else can we do with it? We could just eat it straight from the jar when nobody's watching. Yeah, there's plenty of things, but yeah, it is a lovely lemon curd or lemon butter, whatever you've grown up calling it. It's much easier to make in the Thermomix. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed my recipe today. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to join me on our ThermoKitchen Facebook group. Happy cooking!